So, there are a few things. I do notice all the chatter about the spike in crime in the county. I know the sheriff's office is working diligently on that, and the shootings down in the south end of the county. So, I know they're working diligently. We don't get updated by the sheriff's department directly on those cases, but they do their job, and we find out later on that they've closed the cases and people are getting prosecuted, and they do an amazing job at that. So just wanted to recognize that we do see it, and we do hear you on it, and the best person to speak to relative to that is the sheriff. Reach out to him, let him know your concerns, and go from there. Secondly, the vaccines. I've been corresponding with, our delegation. I've been corresponding with the Deputy Secretary of Health. I spoke to Commissioner Morgan the other day and called him up and I said, hey, we finally got an answer from Annapolis. And it was the Deputy Secretary of Health who, in my opinion, was misinformed as to the local issues that we're having here. But that seems to be a constant thing coming from Annapolis. When you look at the House and the Senate, they are usually misinformed as to what's going on at the local level. And, it takes us to go ahead and reach out to them and the citizens at the same time and let them know that, hey, look, we know what's going on down here. We're in touch with our citizens. We're the most direct form of government here. And we hope that you would consider what we are saying and what our citizens are saying. That's evident that that's not happening right now with a lot of these bills that were snuck in under the noses of the citizens of this county. We've worked diligently and I would say conservatively in nature with our budget. And, Commissioner Colvin said it best, that there's only a certain amount of money to go around, but yet Delegate Crosby just voted for a $120 million tax increase. I don't understand where the reality comes in on this one, where you think that in this time where people are suffering, a tax increase is the right thing to do. To me, that just does not represent St. Mary's County and what we are looking for and how we are doing and how we are operating. It's very concerning to me. I want people to get vaccinated with the COVID-19. And our local local health department's done an amazing job. And there's no doubt that if you look at the data, if you can get the data from the state, which we're fortunate to be able to get some of it, you can see what's going on with the mass vaccination sites. Dr. Brewster was very kind in how she presented it. I don't have to be. The fact is that when you have, let's just say 1,000 of something, and you've allocated 100 to 10 different locations, and then you create 2 more locations and you need allocations, you're going to take it from the other spot. So supply and demand, it's simple. You have to take it from somewhere to give it somewhere. And we're robbing Peter to pay Paul, and we're putting our population at higher risk because they want to centralize these vaccination facilities. And our most vulnerable population and those that can't commute, we have Amish and Mennonites that want to get vaccinated that, how are they going to get up to Prince George's County? It's an hour-and-a-half drive to Six Flags America from the north end of the county. If you live down in Lexington Park and Ridge, you're talking all day for you. It's an hour and 45 minutes. I've done the drive. Then you're going to sit there and wait for hours and then come back home. And you have to do that 2 times. So that's 2 days of work that you would have to miss. I just really think they're missing the mark on this one. And, I'm extremely upset about it. I hope that the governor is hearing what we're saying, because I truly believe, based on what our governor has said, that our allocations would not have gone down. I believe that the health department and possibly his staff are not giving the true matrix of what is going on based on what their mission is. And in politics, we all fall victim to it at times, and it's called a highlighter. You get the facts that are highlighted, and if you don't take the time to read in between it, then you're going to sit there and you're only going to get what people want you to see. And that's one of the reasons the Vietnam War went on for so long. And that's where I got that from, the highlighter. that president was always presented highlighted notes. So either way, that's a little bit of a frustration there, but hopefully we'll get some positive out of it. And, I appreciate it, and keep calling that 800 number. I saw it was posted, and let them know what you think. That's the only way your voices are going to be heard. So thank you.